good today, huh? Good girl. Good girl, huh? How you doing? Nice day today. Going to get a coffee. I'm wearing this stupid mask because of this skin thing, and I can't see the screen good because of the way it moves my glasses until I get to this coffee place. How you guys doing today? Oh, you just woke up? Oh, good for you. Go crazy staying inside another day. Stupid YouTube. I put these super long videos up. It took like 28 hours to upload. And it had copyrighted music on it, which I don't need to put up. I'm not doing it ever again. And I don't monetize anymore. So when you don't monetize, it doesn't matter that it's copyrighted. And they block those videos, and it doesn't give me any option. I mean, nobody can see them. It doesn't give any option to change the music, to mute the music, nothing. So I try getting a hold of these idiots, and nobody understands anything there. They'll give you these links on how to edit. Yeah, I know that. I've been doing it for 18 years. It's just it's so frustrating dealing with them. They're so stupid. It's all this artificial intelligence that's just terrible. Once you get out of the box on a workable solution, you might as well talk to the wall. You get the same answers. I'm just never putting copyrighted music on a song again. It took forever to assemble those, and it took forever to upload them, and now nobody can even see them. Such nonsense. Fucking pain in the ass. No, I know how to do all that. I've got 15,000 videos up. It doesn't have anything to do with it. It took forever to go through those clips and assemble that. So I'd have to go through all the clips again, assemble all new music. Fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm just never using copyrighted music in with these motherfuckers. Because if you don't monetize it, it shouldn't matter. Fucking pissed me off. It took forever to do both of them. It's blocked. You can't even see the fucking video, let alone watch it. I don't understand that. I mean, in their own policies, as long as you're not monetizing it, it doesn't matter. You try and talk to these idiots, man. This artificial intelligence is so frustrating. It'll send you links how to edit videos. If you go into your dashboard, like where if you wanted to, sometimes you can like mute out the music or replace the music. It doesn't even give you the option. You hover the arrow over the three dots, they're all like light gray. You couldn't even click on one if you wanted to. Such fucking piss. Yeah, I'm just not going to do copyrighted music again. Fuck them, man. You know, 99% of the time it doesn't work and you can change it. But it shouldn't matter when you don't monetize. This is the issue. Yeah, just spent so much time doing that. Have you tried talking to those idiots in their customer service? That artificial intelligence? They'll fucking put at the end of the thing, yeah, P.S. Did you know you need to breathe oxygen? Yeah, no shit. Jesus Christ. Stuff like that. That's how they answer their questions. It's like if I tried to edit it, say, yeah, you dumbass. I just told you why I'm getting a hold of you. You can't edit it. That's the whole point. Jesus Christ, man. Ah, good. She's still gonna get a coffee. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Well, most of the time it's all right. It's just they're so inconsistent on their policies. You know, I get a lot of medical books that I read, and about a month and a half ago or so, you know, I always upload the titles of the videos that I get. So there was an old video an old publication where they used to claim that mercury in vaccinations caused birth defects, blah, blah, blah. Well, and sure enough, almost all mercury is out of all vaccination. They changed things. It was an old publication. And there are new publications saying they should have never done it. So I had a couple books on that. They gave me a strike for that, claiming that it was medical misinformation, even though I didn't say anything about the content of the book, just showed the cover, and it was all written by scientists. It was so frustrating dealing with YouTube. They're so full of shit. You know, do one thing one day and something another. I'll tell you what they've done lately. You know, they've got those shorts. You know, they want you to put shorts up and compete with TikTok. I just don't like doing them. I put up short videos, but that's exactly what they are. It's not uploaded as a short. So they took about 200 of my videos and made them into shorts, even though I didn't want them to. Then they said I wasn't eligible for monetization, but they monetized them. Then they ran them for over a year, and I guess they finally realized that I wasn't going to do shorts no matter what. So they said, well, we'll allow you to monetize them. It's like, no, forget it, man. Don't monetize them. I don't want it. They'll, through their policies and their requirements, they'll have you doing everything their way, one way or the other, and that's an example of it. I'm just so tired of them. The problem is there's no place else to go to. There's nothing. All these other, it's weird with all the competition out there today with everything. There's none when it comes to social media and uploading movie videos. There are some niche places that lend themselves to gaming and stuff like that, but basically there's YouTube and nothing else. See, where they got you is YouTube's got you on that digital advertising. Every time you create an email, they garner all your information, strip the identifying information out and sell it. So they don't really need to make any money on YouTube, even though they made just under $30 billion last year. They're getting your data. That's where the real gravy money's at. So these other companies that aren't a digital advertising company, and they're trying to put up these what do they call them? There's a name for these servers. They're super expensive. They just can't compete because they have no other source of revenue. They're trying to run ads on a video platform only, and it's just not enough money to go around. So consequently, you're stuck with putting up bullshit that I just mentioned. No, you get non-copyrighted music, which I have a subscription to, and I use a lot of it. But like I said, the issue here is when you don't monetize videos, you're supposed to be able to use copyrighted music. It's no problem. You're not trying to make money out of it. They don't give a fuck. It's like me playing the radio when I'm driving down the road and people listening to the song. This is the weirdness of it all. You never know when they're going to do something goofy and inappropriate. I got a subscription. I'm just never going to put copyrighted music up again. It's too much fucking trouble. It took forever to do those videos. It took forever to upload them. I'm familiar, with their policies, and it didn't do me any good. Such a fucking pain in the ass. And I was dumb enough to actually get a hold of one of their customer service, which is a joke. You'd be better off talking to a newborn baby. You would call YouTube up if they were a medical advice channel and say, hey, my lungs aren't working, I can't breathe. They'd send links to you on how important it is to breathe and that you need to breathe to live. And then you'd ask them a question about it and they'd send you another link to breathing is essential to life. I'm not fucking shitting you, man. Yeah, seriously, man. It's that bad. I usually just end up Xing out and canceling the chat right in the middle of it. So super frustrating. And then after all that, and they kick you in the ass 3 times, don't answer anything you called for. They'll say, is there anything else they can help you with? Fucking nuts. God. Hey, Stealth, what's happened down there in Detroit, man? Have you watched any of those rap videos? One of the 3 guys that was killed has that. His last name's Whoop, W-H-O-O-P. That's what he goes by as a rapper. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's enough videos up there that they said the shit that he talked about people he knew in prison is what got him killed. And there's a couple guys on one of his live chats that's on YouTube. And, it seems possible.
I mean, these people are all so stupid. I mean, as you know, that's part of the reason why I quit going down to Detroit, because I think I would have been one of those people eventually. The cops don't like you down there. They'd find me shot down one of those southwest Detroit roads. Nobody around, no witnesses, Daisy running all over the neighborhood, nobody in custody. That's just how it would end. It's not like you're in Birmingham or someplace where you call the police and it does you any good. So it just got to the point where you're in a place where you don't feel comfortable calling the cops anymore because they're just as bad. Nobody does anything down there. Yeah, go look at some Armani Whoop. Yeah. But, you got people down there that'll actually kill people for that stupid, silly shit. I mean, it's like soap and windows. And I don't think it's any big deal. I mean, they catch some 15-year-old driving around the car. Just shot these guys over just some stupid shit. But you got that Club 31 or whatever there up around 6 Mile and wherever it was. I mean, this going there. I mean, it'd be a miracle that you'd survive it. Yeah, like I said, I would have probably stayed in Michigan if the winters would have stayed the same. It's depressing, man. I mean, I got enough problems with depression anyway. But man, the way the world's going, I mean, I like winter photography, all that kind of stuff. I'll give you an example. I was thinking about they have a big helicopter event in Atlanta coming up in March, and the helicopters come in over a 2-day period. So I knew it'd be expensive, and I'd get a nice hotel and just video helicopters. It's fun. I like looking at them, different kinds. And the more I look at it, there's really no lodging near there. They want a fortune to go to this helicopter thing, which I don't really care about other than seeing the helicopters land. And I spent a couple days, trying to figure it out and joining all this bullshit. And it's just, I'd end up spending all this money and maybe placed in an area because of security where I wouldn't be allowed to record helicopters. So I'm saying, fuck it, I'm not doing it. Then I thought, well, I'll just bite the bullet and I'll go stay at the Westin in downtown Atlanta. I've been wanting to film the traffic there. Now that place was built a long time ago. I mean, it's expensive there, 75 stories. And the more reviews I read, it's a big dump. Dirty, it's filthy. I'm not going there now either. Then they have the Renaissance is a hotel out at the airport, and they say it's good plane watching. Well, I've done plane watching, right? I call good plane watching right up where you can see them and you can photograph them. And these rooms are super expensive too. And the more I checked, it was just a bunch of bullshit. You may be plane watching, but you're going to be doing it with a pair of binoculars. Well, that's not what I consider plane watching. I want to be where I can get them on video, looking around, that kind of thing. So I said, fuck that too. In Michigan, they don't even have any ice on the lakes. There's no place to snowmobile in West Branch. Even the UP is thin on snow. Winter has disappeared. Which to people that hate winter, yeah, you like that, but I'm telling you, there's a huge consequence to that. In places that should have winter that don't anymore. I mean, you're in northern Michigan and there's no snow or ice. And it seems like, hey, Nikki, everything I'm reading, it's just everywhere is a damn disaster. Nothing's like it used to be. Even places that were nice aren't that nice anymore. It's just the world is going to shit. It's crazy, man. Those people that post on my channel, Debbie and Dave, they like going up to Taos from Detroit. It's a beautiful area. In the wintertime, at least it used to be, gorgeous. Every day it looks like you're in a different place. You never know how that wind's going to hit that point and the ice formation it's going to create. That place looks like shit now. The water's low. You could walk out there up to your knees. All the ice is dirty looking because the water's so shallow. The sand splashes all over it. It's just Sucks. I was looking at, Mackinac Bridge has a nice webcam, and I look at it all the time. And you look at Mackinac Bridge, it looks like it's summertime up there. There is some ice under the bridge, but nothing like what it should be. Tip-Up Town in Houghton Lake a couple weeks ago, couldn't even drive trucks on the ice, vehicles anymore. Wasn't thick enough. Yeah, that place. Yeah, I think they put an end to that though. You can't do that. A couple people got killed. I don't think you can get that close anymore. Isn't that? It's just everything is so fucked up. It's unbelievable. That's why Blue did a lot of work on these dogs that were out here. That's just a miracle, man. Somebody actually followed through, and those dogs actually are not there anymore. I didn't do shit in the whole scheme of things. If it would have been left up to me, I would have just been feeding those dogs until the day I died, probably. Once I call 4 or 5 places and they don't call me back, I'm usually done with something. Say fuck it. And Blue actually, just gets to the bottom. I'm good about like feeding the dogs and giving them water, but the other stuff I'm terrible about. There's a book University of Illinois professor wrote. I have it. I can't even think of the name of it. But basically what it says, you're going to find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. And he says don't even mess with doing things you're no good at or you're unmotivated to do. Because you'll spend a disproportionate amount of time on something you hate doing. You'll never be any good at it. You're better just at honing the skills that you're good at and paying or farming out the other stuff to someone else. Don't shit yourself. You're not going to get any better at it. I was on the Humane Society board one time. It was a nightmare. I hated it. I didn't last long. And that's kind of like this animal thing. I'll go out and catch dogs, trap them. I like doing that. But I don't want to be on any board. I don't want to go to any meetings. Running a dog shelter is a nightmare. You got balls in the air constantly. You got to kiss the ass of everybody that gives you money. If they want, different colored carpet for the kitty room, you got to do it, even though the carpet's fine. That's this kind of thing. And no kill. That's fantasy land. Hey, John boy. Yeah, Blue's a good person. Yeah, she really is. Yeah, she's got a good heart. Like, follows through. She follows through is the big deal. I mean, it's very diligent. She's very humble, too. I'm just not a very good gray area guy. I like stuff spelled out, black and white. I don't like this interpretation horse shit. I like this bullshit with this Chinese balloon. Who knows we'll never know the truth of that. Who knows? That fucking thing. I don't know whether it's a weather balloon or... does this even pass the sniff test? I mean, I know they're a bunch of sneaky fuckers. I don't trust them. They're polluting the world at an unbelievable rate. But who is going to send up a fucking balloon, or 3 of them, with things as big as a bus, 3 of them hanging from the bottom of it, and expect no one to notice it? And it's just nuts. So would you actually consider that a spy satellite? They're great, like the Chinese water torture and all that kind of shit, playing noise and driving you nuts. That's the kind of shit they're good at. There's probably a bunch of confetti in that thing, and they're just doing it to drive us nuts. But if you looked at that track that balloon made, It's pretty damn impressive how it sailed around the Earth and skipped Russia, and then came down through Montana, across the whole U.S., and they end up blowing it out of the sky over near Myrtle Beach. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't believe Biden. I don't believe what they say. I mean, it could be a carnival balloon. It's fucking nuts. Somebody sent me a photo of another spy balloon, and it was a big giant balloon like you'd see at a parade, like a Bullwinkle. And they said another spy balloon's been spotted. And that's about how ridiculous it is. Like one of those big cartoons. Fucking nuts, man. Now they're out there looking for this piece of shit, spending all this money, pulling this junk out of the ocean. I bet they have like 10 million like Chinese fortune cookies. The messages just in paper bags, and you're out there and you get $10 trillion finding this piece of shit, and all you're doing is opening up baggies full of messages that should be in fortune cookies. And then it's so absurd and ridiculous and such a waste of money that you've got top secret clearance and you can't tell anybody about it because you don't want the American public to know what a bunch of money they wasted on this lunacy. No, you don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in it, neither do I. 3 containers the size of school buses. Don't knock China, man. Go to Walmart today. All the stuff in Walmart they bought from China. Now you're going to get mad at them for sending a balloon over here? They already own everything. They got us right where they want us, by the financial purse strings. Hey Chad, I'm in Georgia. I got a ski mask on. There's signs on doors down here. You're not supposed to go inside if you got a ski mask on. They think you're robbing the place. I wouldn't be going through this ridiculousness with this mask, except it really got it broke off my ass last time. And I partly blame that doctor's office, because you're supposed to stay out of sun for 2 days. And I did as good as I could. I had an hour drive home. By the time I got home last time, I was broiled. I'm not shitting you, man. That should not have happened. Really, they should have gave me a better warning or supplied a mask when I left. Hell, I didn't know it was going to be like that. Well, I didn't want it to happen a second time. So that's why I ordered this mask on eBay. Yeah, made in China. Go down to Walmart. I'm not go to AutoZone. Any of these places. All this shit's made in China. Go to Harbor Freight, for God's sake. You need to quit worrying about balloons in the air and go down to Harbor Freight. Every damn thing in there is made in China. I mean, they got us. They own the West Coast. Walmart gets all their shit from there. All the dollar stores, that's all stuff from China. I mean, people are getting mad at the balloon. Here you are shopping at these places, buying this crap all day long. You guys got to get real about this. Fucking balloon. I've run into 2 people that saw them shoot that balloon down. Big deal. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to see, but actually they flew by it at first. Probably up there looking at Pornhub on their damn cell phone in their $200 million jet. Everything is so half-assed. At least back in the day, like World War I, World War II. You know, they did a pretty good job of making you think you were fighting for apple pie and Chevrolet and your virgin girlfriend at home and all that horse shit. That doesn't work anymore. Now you don't know what the fuck we're fighting for. Fucking the champion of Scrabble, runner-up for Jeopardy, cheaper fortune cookies. Vietnam had started to get a little shaky. They fucked all those guys too. Went over there, risked their lives, came back to demonstrations. That's why I don't like that Jane Fonda. Another fucking goddamn bitch. Talk to guys that were in Vietnam about her. I'd give you a different opinion. I'd run off and go live in a world somewhere else, but there's no place to go. Believe it or not, this is still the best place to live. Isn't that nuts? It's just insane. Going fucking crazy. Yeah, Prescott, I don't really care for that area for some reason. I'm not saying it's not nice. I don't like Maine that much either, to tell you the truth. Just a bunch of green stuff. There's better places, I think. Just my biased opinion. That's why I don't leave negative reviews at restaurants. The hell do I know? Might have had bad taste buds that day. Yeah, F-22. No, that's all flexing your muscle. I think it was a giant Magnum rubber. Those babies are tough. I don't know if you could put 3 school bus size things on it, you know? F-20.
Hi, thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you?
Yeah, could I get a venti caramel latte with skim milk, extra hot, please?
So, venti caramel latte, extra hot, with non-fat. What else for you?
That's it. Thank you.
All right, you go ahead and put around for your total.
I trust you.
Okay.
This girl's a sweetheart. So, you know, this is another thing crazy going through my mind. There's a girl that works here. Hey, Stephanie. She's like 19. She probably weighs like 400. And she's such a sweet girl. And I think to myself, God, I wish, you know, that can't be good for you. And then I think, mind your own fucking business. But I want the best for her, I do. But I probably should just mind my own business. Well, why is my brain like looking at that and thinking there's something wrong with it? You know what I mean? China. I bet my cups were made in China. I'll tell you, these Starbucks out here, this is a nice one. There's one in Madison too. I bet these cost $2.5 million with the property. Beautiful. It's teak wood, nice. I mean, really nice looking stores. And neither one of them are doing shit. A guy I kind of knew from Brooklyn was running the Madison one. He just got fired last Tuesday. And this one closes at 5. I mean, they got all this money laid out. And they got all this money laid out. And nobody's going to these things. This is kind of a shaky area right around here. Madison's what you consider nicer. Oh, hey, Poland, how you doing? Send me some cheese pierogies, will you? Or potato. $8 coffee, $9 with the tip. It's ridiculous, man. My dad, I do this to get it back at my dad. He's got to be rolling over in his grave. I'm paying $9 for a coffee. It's just so fucking ridiculous that I do it. Like, gives me a shot at total disappointment every morning that I'm this fucking stupid. I love pierogies. Yeah, I love Polish people too. I do. Other than Ted Kaczynski. He got a little carried away. Salt, do you ever have any good pierogies? Yeah. Put $1 tip on there, will you?
I'm sorry?
Can you put $1 tip on there? Thanks.
Sorry.
It's all right.
And this is you with the non-fat extra hot caramel syrup?
Yeah.
Aw.
Hey, could you throw that? Do you think you could throw that away for me?
We're not technically supposed to, but I probably can.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
I didn't drink it all yesterday because I had a doctor's appointment.
You're fine.
Did you put a tip on there? Good.
I'll grab your receipt for you.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Good morning.
Thank you. Fucking crazy ass fucking shit. Fucking losing my mind again, I think. I really am.
Got little Daisy here. Just sit and drink this $9 coffee with a tip. You're right, Stephanie. It's fucking nuts. At least the new generation. I was talking to this doctor yesterday at this dermatology thing, and yeah, they're too small. They are. She's probably making, I don't know what they started her at, but probably 300,000, which is cheap for a dermatologist. But she's not experienced. She was telling me her husband's got a good job too. He's not a doctor, and they're like struggling to come up with a down payment to live in a decent neighborhood. He's a fucking doctor. I think he's an engineer. They're both working full time, and they're having a hard time getting into a decent neighborhood. That's how crazy things are. It's nuts, man. Fucking bullshit. I don't like Panera Bread. I never get Starbucks sandwiches. I'm not too much of a sweet eater either. Sweet eater either. Except when it comes to my girlfriends. I like them sweet. Hey, Pug. That Panera Bread's all frozen bullshit. Not that, if you do freezing right, like flash freezing, like good seafood, it's actually better than fresh caught. Sometimes. Because they do it at the ideal time. The thing is flash frozen. And I'm not talking about freezer in your refrigerator home. I'm talking about like 20 degree below zero freezer. You need that super cold shit, like dry ice. That's why stuff goes to hell in your freezer at home. The one above your, in your refrigerator. It's not that cold. Stuff decays. Salty girl. Salty girl, you still coming through pretty soon? Got this mass on me. Nobody knows who I am underneath here. Yeah. They wonder why people don't want to work. I'll tell you why they don't want to work. Because you can work full time now and still not have the money to pay rent. Let alone a car payment and gas and credit cards and all that shit. Hey, Amber. Yeah, I used to be a big Dunkin' Donut guy. I think the reason I get a coffee, it's more like getting out of the house and doing something. I got coffee at home, but it's not as fun. Like I had to stay in yesterday because of the skin bullshit. I'm supposed to stay in all today, but I got absolutely baked last time. I did not want that to happen again, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to. Yeah, it looks like I know. You can't go in places like this. This is my own idea, too. This isn't anything this doctor's office suggested. But I do not want that sun hitting my face in 2 days. The whole idea is to get your skin better, not worse. And another thing, too. Like, it's the worst time to get a sunburn after you had that procedure. So it's like worse than just a normal sunburn to have that happen. I mean, I didn't make a big deal out of it, but I should have chewed that doctor's ass. It's like, you're supposed to know about this. You're not supposed to let people leave here and experiment with their face. Motherfuckers. No, it's actinic keratosis. It's for skin cancer. It's actually a dermatological procedure for women. A lot of women get it to it makes your face look 10 years younger. That's not why I got it done. I got it done because it'll save me from going back to a dermatologist all the time. Be getting my nails done next. Getting a Brazilian wax. Oh, a jelly donut. I had that shingles one time. They thought I had some kind of arthritis, so they tried me on one of those biologic drugs. Actually, I tried both of them, Enbrel and Humira. And the first day I shot myself up with that shit, the next morning I had shingles from hell. But that's what it's supposed to do, lower your immune system, and you don't get this autoimmune reaction like you would from what they thought could have been something similar to rheumatoid arthritis. But it hurt like hell. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not a vain man. I do it because it just saves me trouble, of like getting little spots taken off with liquid nitrogen. Once you get out of like your 20s and stuff, it's all over anyway. Yeah, you should wear a good sunblock, that's for sure. But you get caught out in the sun sometimes when you didn't expect to. Yeah, I kept it in there. Yeah, I did. Yep. Phone registered nurse licenses? What do you mean by that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna wear it the rest of my life. What'd they do? Give all their data out? Oh, 7,000 fake RN degrees. They had a guy in Detroit, Beaumont Hospital. He was an American Airlines pilot. Faked himself as a cardiologist and ran the whole department for 8 years. Never even went to medical school. Oh, no shit, huh? Huh. Florida, of course. There used to be a show on TV, it was called Faker Florida. And you had to decide whether it was fake or was it something that happened in Florida. Wow. So are these nurses down there working now, or they caught up to them all and made them quit? Yeah, damn, man. I wish they'd send me a fake psychiatrist license, medical degree. I'd open up and just do free therapy to good-looking women. Then I'd have like 80 babies over a 5-year period and just have school buses, and I'd ride them around. I'd put extra sunblock on them until the old gauntlets fell. They realized that I was just a big shammer. I'd have like 80 children. It's like a well-known psychiatrist. Yeah, I was well-known, you know why? Because I never said anything was wrong with anybody. I complimented everybody when they came in. I didn't charge them a fucking dime, and I bought them all lunches and dinners. Better believe it, I was well-known. I never criticized anybody. Everything they did I thought was great. Even if they were overweight, I said they looked great, and I was banging all these girls, and we had over 80 babies. And I had to get school buses to drive them around, and somebody let the lid come off, and now I'm going to prison for fraud. My defense would be that all I was doing was being kind to people that otherwise would have had shitty days, and they'd say, well, what about all these babies and stuff? It's like, well, I'm populating the world. Yeah, that sounds about right. I haven't been to a psychiatrist in a long time. You probably can tell. I don't think it would do me any good anymore. You know, psychiatrists are treated as the redheaded stepchildren in the medical world. If you had like 100 doctors show up in different specialties, the psychiatrists would be sitting at a table by themselves. They're just not really regarded as the creme de la creme. Hey, Brandy. Frisky, you remember, or not Frisky, Salty, you remember that dentist down there that was, what the hell was that guy doing? Had injecting people with HIV back in the day. You remember that? He had fake pictures of a wife and kids on the wall and stuff. Yeah, it's a hard job, man. Psychiatry is like a moving target. It's not like you go into an orthopod and he puts a rod in your spine and you don't bend over anymore, or you go to a heart doctor and you get a valve replacement and you feel like $1,000,000. Psychiatry is like, you know, kind of like the mental version of chiropractic. I think chiropractic's bullshit too. I'm not saying there isn't incidents where it's beneficial, but any dumbass in the world can be a chiropractor. You can graduate the bottom of your class. For a while, you didn't even need to have a 4-year degree. Not that that's worth a fuck either. But they're to call themselves doctors, the biggest stretch in the world. And they'll have like certificates of anatomy classes. It's like, give me a break. Yeah, I'll put ski mask. It's just nuts, man. That was just an example of a story that I made up. Really, if I was going to do something like that, I'd get all the women hysterectomies right out of the chute. I wouldn't want 80 babies. Excuse me. When the lid came off, I wouldn't have any child support. Excuse me. God damn it. Yeah, crazy can be good. I couldn't even tell you what I wanted. This stage of the game. First you think it's a good job, then you think if it's a nice house, then you think it's an airplane, where you live, a younger girlfriend, money in the bank, eating out good. And then you just do all this shit a bunch of times, and everything just seems like boring. Thank you, thank you. Just watch Chinese balloons flying around get shot down by $100 million fighter jets. Thank you. No, yeah, you're right, Stephanie. Yeah, he's a smart man, Mama. Yeah, there's a limit. My religion is, if it feels good, do it. You're young. You know, that's the biggest thing that I think I can hang my hat on that's fucked up. And that is that when you're young and naive, and you think that somehow as time goes by, life's going to get good, it's all going to work out. You don't know any better. You don't know shit. That's what I miss. I was young and dumb, and I actually thought that somehow things would work out. I never even dawned on me that they wouldn't. That's how stupid I was. You know, like when you're 18, 19, and you're going out on a date, all I'd say to myself, I gotta quit jacking off. I gotta quit jacking off over and over and over. I'd be so excited. I wish I could get 1% that excited about anything now. Everything's just like, never gets out of first gear. Oh, an allergy shot? Yeah, I'm with you, Stephanie. Now you know why these old couples go on these cruises and they go to clean their room and the door's locked. And they go in there and the TV's playing and nobody's in the room. They just decide to go out on their own terms. He just looks her in the eye and says, honey, I haven't ate you out in 30 years. We haven't had intercourse in 40. I don't want to. We argue all the time. Let's just jump off the side of this goddamn thing and get it over with. I mean, I'm not saying that's the thing to do, but I can tell you this, it makes sense. Yeah, dentists make good money now. And dentists actually outdo family practitioners now. You know, you can skip going to the doctor, but if you need dental work, you're gonna go. And you're gonna pay for that shit out of your pocket if you had to. You know, a fucking doctor's appointment now is about $4.50. You're gonna pay for that if you're not feeling good now? You're gonna just hope you get better. Go down to Walmart, talk to the pharmacist, eat a bunch of that shit, hope it goes away. But when your teeth are bad, you're fucked. Yeah, I hate to say that, Mama. Really. That's exactly why I kind of threw in the towel down here. I know my mind's toast. That's why I've got this bittersweet thing with YouTube. I mean, on one hand, I don't know what I'd do if I didn't fuck with YouTube. You know, I do like doing it. I'm obsessed with, like, videotaping things. Weird. And then on the other hand, they piss me off so much, I wish I just didn't do it. You know, I've fucking thought of everything, man. I've done this my whole life. I've changed relationships, I've changed jobs, I've changed houses, I've changed states that I've lived in, cities. And it's like I've come to the point now where I can't even entertain the idea of changing anything. Just gonna toss in the fucking towel. We got about 15 more years, fuck around down here, watch vultures fly around. I had an older lady I know yesterday call me. She's like 84, and I really like her. And she said she really missed me, and she found out that I was in Georgia, and it hurt her feelings that I didn't tell her that I was leaving. And I tried to just politely explain it as good as I could to her, and I said, hey, look, Linda, look, I'm just a depressed guy. Don't take it personally. If you had big tits and you were 20 years old, I would have done the same thing. And she said, well, thanks, I feel better. You know, it's not intentional. Then she went on to tell me how the 2 kids she had, she wished she'd never had them. She hardly has ever seen them. They've been a pain in the ass her whole life. Her husband died about 10 years ago. She said she doesn't leave the house, and she's just lonely. She wants me to come visit her up in Michigan. You know, I think I'm going to do it. Because she's such a first-class, like, nice lady. I think I owe it to her for being a good person. I want to do it for her if it'll make her happy, so. She's a good person, but she's kind of thinking like I am. She said she just doesn't do anything anymore. One of her little dogs got out, got hit by a car. Yeah, I mean, I'm a good guy in a lot of ways, but I don't think it, I mean, I'm just kind of indifferent about a lot of things, you know what I mean? I get up, now there could be a hurricane out the window or a bright blue sunny day. Wouldn't matter. She's got a daughter that's fucked about 3 or 4 guys. Super good looking. I mean, really beautiful. But a fucking bitch. She was a flight attendant for Delta. I met her at the husband's funeral. I mean, she looks like a TV anchor or something on, like, you know, CNN, or just a very attractive older woman. I laid eyes on her in that funeral, and she was in a dress, and she was really striking, really beautiful. And my common sense kicked over, and I thought, what a fucking nightmare it'd have to be getting involved with this bitch. And it's just surprising to me that older guys jump through these fucking hoops. I mean, I jumped through hoops too when I was young. I didn't know any better. But now you couldn't fucking give me that. But anyway, she ended up getting canned from Delta Airlines. I can see why. She's a fucking bitch. And she's got a good-looking daughter, too, that's going to probably ruin the lives of 2 or 3 guys' lives. Just chasing that fucking good body. It's so fucking stupid. I almost watched that show last night, 2,000-pound sisters. I don't know if they're 1,000 pounds together, or they're 1,000 pounds each. Just a couple fucking beasts. Huge. They look like cattle. And one, they said on the commercial break, you know how they try and sucker you into fucking watching it? They thought the one was pregnant, and I thought to myself, my God, pregnant? How? This is just like, how does the fucking sun come up every morning? Mystery. How are these fucking pigs getting screwed? And I thought to myself, that is very unkind to you. Maybe they've got a thyroid problem. I catch myself doing this shit. All in like 30 seconds, I go from like being critical and rude to feeling sorry for their big fat ass. Really, but I'm a fucking kook. I know it. I do it. You wouldn't believe it. Now, I'm not bragging, and don't say I'm a good guy about this, because I am about some things. And I'm not bragging. I'm not looking for accolades at all. But you wouldn't believe the amount of fucking flat tires I've changed for fat people in my life. Women and men. And I really chalked that off in my brain as a good deed. Because I saw them, and I thought to myself, the instant I saw them, there's no fucking way in the world that your fat ass is going to be able to get that tire out of that trunk and take that old one off and all that hoisting, bend over at odd angles and shit. I don't think you can fucking bend over that far. I probably changed 30 tires for fat people in my life. Now, if this whole fucking sham of heaven happens, I'm not probably going there anyway. But by the slim chance that I get there, and I'll be sitting at the pearly gates of heaven, I'm going to talk to Jesus about this. And if he's thinking of really fucking me for infidelity or watching too much porn or bad thoughts, I'm going to bring up the changing tires for fat people. Because that's as clean as it gets. There's nothing you can hang on me about I was trying to fuck them or steal from them or find out how you get fat yourself. I saw them. I saw their flat tire. I knew they'd have a hard time changing it, and I changed it for them. So that ought to cancel out something. I mean, usually, if you got a good-looking woman pulling over on the side of the road, tits hanging out, big 8-inch cleavage, nice ass, tan. Fuck, you'll have guys just getting in accidents pulling over. Oh, do you need some help? But when you're pulling over and risking your life for a fucking lady with an ass that takes up 2 airline seats, that is good. There's nothing you can tag me with other than helping her out. And I think that would be a logical rebuttal if I was talking to Jesus, rather than just bringing up all the bad shit I did. How about we bring up some of this shit? And those people would have been stuck there with a flat tire. How about that? And really, I think you should have a rebuttal on some of this stuff. Same with animals. Same with animals, too. I'm not... Really, I tell you guys, I tell you like it is. It's like, Tom, you're very nice to that lady. It's like, yeah, I am nice to her. She's got a big, huge set of tits. She's stupid. and she likes me. Makes sense. You may not agree with it. But like these dogs here, I don't think like I should get any. I wouldn't even bring that up at the pearly gates of heaven. I wouldn't bring one fucking goddamn thing up about these dogs. I just think that's just a basic thing of like being a human and a ground squirrel. Saw dogs fucked up. Can tell they're malnourished. Gave them some food. Blue helped out. Got all this bullshit organized, and the dogs are gone now, and presumably, excuse me, going to good homes. That or it's one big fucking sham, and they've already gouged the eyeballs out, all of them, for medical tests in New Jersey. Don't think that hasn't crossed my mind too. And on that note, I'm a paranoid motherfucker. I don't take anything at face value. And I'm going to go up to that New Jersey place, because even though I've seen the fucking pictures and the fucking dogs licking kids' face and all this shit, it just seems odd to me that a fucking place is scooping up these fucking dogs in this shithole, paying up the fucking ass to get them fixed, and putting them on a fucking airplane. Most people can't afford to go on an airplane themselves, and flying them up to New Jersey. I mean, what is this, fucking fantasy land? What are you getting, $10,000 cash too when you adopt one of these things? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So, in good conscience, I am going to go up to that place in New Jersey because I want to see this fucking place for myself. I want to see it myself. There's a 1% of me. It's actually more than that. It's about 10%. I think these fucking dogs are being used for medical experiments. They do that, I mean, who'd want these? I mean, I like these dogs. I feel sorry. I try and help them. But who'd want these fucked up, one-eyed puppies? All sorts of diseases. His mom fucking hasn't had a shot in her whole life. I mean, there's all sorts of dogs to adopt, healthier and stuff. It just doesn't make sense. And then you go through all this expense and you ship them to another state? Fucking out east, no less. I'm going to go up to that place, and I want to see it with my own eyes. I am. Oh yeah, tell your therapist. Yeah, good luck. I've certainly been to enough of those. I have. I got a confession to make. In my life, I screwed two of my therapists. I did, once in my 20s and once in my 30s. I mean, I really gave them a good dicking. Talked dirty to them and everything. I thought, boy, this isn't what I signed up for. I knew right then they were more fucked up than I was. Yeah, to the glue factory. It's just suspicious, man. I'm sure if they'll say, well, you shouldn't be saying that shit without proof. Nah, bullshit. I'm not saying it's happening. I hope it's not. Probably isn't. But I'm not taking your word for it. If it was a local thing and, you got a bunch of money and fuckers love dogs they got more money than brains and they want to put it in sick dogs, that's cool. But there are people like that. But just taking these old fucked up dogs and sick puppies and shit and doing all this shit, it's just a little suspicious. Oh, thank you for doing that. Oh, they do it over Skype. Hey, Archie. Skype, yeah, I got my first divorce thing over Skype. StreamYard, something like that. That's another fucking scam, too. I was a good guy about that, too. I'll tell you one thing I got, clear conscience. And that's not easy to come by. I don't lie. I do lie, but it's white lies, like if you were the world's ugliest person. I would never tell you that. I'll lie sometimes, like just to make something go away, not to con anybody out of something or defraud somebody, not that kind of lie. But like white lies, and I'll say that I'm doing shit when I'm not, just to get out of things, that kind of stuff. I lie like that. Yeah, I do. Hey Sharon, how you doing? I do lie like that. Fucking crazy, man. World's fucked. Just fucking around down here. I think once you get out of, I think I just got enough fucked up mind where no matter how much I get it made, I'll get sick of it. I just get bored with it. I mean, I call it boredom, but it's much more complex than that. It's something worse than boredom. I'll probably get. See, that's why here. I mean, I'm usually good about 10 years someplace. So I should be dead in this case. Fuck. I mean, I dread like being 80 years old down here. What a fucking drag. Be 80 years old anywhere. I think when I get that age, I may just go down to India Atlantic or something, and maybe Ann Arbor. Just bite the bullet and get a fucking condo across from the hospital. Have some fucking liberal fucking lesbian that's thinking about getting a dick wheel me over there with glee every morning because she wants to make the world a better place. And condemn those dirty heterosexuals for having babies normally instead of through test tubes. That's one thing you can count on, those liberal college towns. Like I go up to Athens. If you're old, you got one more bite at the apple there. There's enough stupid, young, ignorant, do-gooding children that come from rich backgrounds that actually think they're making a difference in the world by wheeling my slobbering ass over for another dialysis. We're up here, you're fucked. You'll get on one of those smart buses or community buses, you know, the little small ones like they use for the retards, and it'll take you 12 hours to go 50 miles. But when you're in places like Ann Arbor, Madison, Athens, there's a treasure trove of young people willing to help old people. It's like the Japanese culture. Yeah. I got this shit figured out. Hey, Klaus. Laying down on the freeway. You're not going to believe this, but I saw that happen in Ann Arbor one time. I was, Briarwood Mall. That used to be nice. That's going to shit, too. Of course, all malls are. I saw a girl go out in busy I-94 traffic and lay down along the lines. And I saw cars drive for like probably a minute or 2 minutes. It was a long time. Right while she laid down like in the stripes in the road. I-94. Didn't get hit. Got up and ran off. Hey, this guy, I can understand why people do that. I'm not saying it's the way to go, but there's logic to it. The frost. Really? Could you describe it a little better? You know, down here in this town, there's all sorts of these little buildings out of business, like the dogs were living under. Fuck yeah. Oh, she did? Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing. I mean, I've had definitely my mental health struggles, that is for sure. And I think if you're a teenager and, you want attention and all that fucking shit, that these 800 lines, 800 numbers, and helplines probably help you. Because you don't know shit. You're just starting out. You're a young lunatic. And somebody giving a fuck matters. But when you get older like me and you had a lot of life experience, that's the last thing I want to do is talk to some clown trying to talk me off a bridge or on an 800 line about life is beautiful and all this shit. It's not me. Matter of fact, I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm really depressed. I don't want calls and messages and they're worried about me. None of that shit. Oh, Christmas morning. Yeah, why not? Were they Jewish? Christmas morning. Yeah, fuck, who knows? I need to break that cycle of negative thought. To me, though, all this happy shit in the absence of real happiness going on just seems like an internal con job. Like it's a wonderful life. I think back then is when they started to touch on that life's not everything it's cracked up to be. That's why the movie is so popular. It wasn't just a bunch of happy, stupid shit. It was this guy that presumably had it made just fucking up left and right. It's like, yeah, that's me. I'm going to keep watching this. What happens? No, don't do that. No, I wouldn't do it. No, don't do that. You'll be shortchanging yourself because it affects your emotions. It'll be false. Just be a total waste of time. At least have the luxury of realizing what a kook you are sober. Now, the downside of that, you're not going to be able to blame anything on alcohol. So there's two ways to look at this. The whole thing these fucking psychiatrists hang their hat on is you got to have meaning. Viktor Frankl, he wrote a book on it when he was a POW. I mean, there's just endless reams of papers and books and movies and all sorts of other shit devoted to finding meaning from life. I mean, I think that's kind of a childish way of pigeonholing it. Find meaning in life. I'd like to translate that for everybody. How about just having some fucking fun once in a while? Yeah, don't do it, Mama. Don't do it. Good luck in your therapy. Right, GMA? I mean, God, who's shitting who? They wonder why these people join these fucking cults and shit. I'm about ready to join one. It's like, fuck, man, I don't listen to myself. Maybe if I listen to a total crazy stranger, it'll help. Just get to your inner psyche, your inner peace. Just find the real you. Just find purpose in life. Just go to a dog kennel and just clean up shit for 40 hours a week for free. You know, that's the thing that I fault religion with. They think that in order to find utopia happiness, that there has to be some kind of suffering. I say, fuck that. That's one thing that really turned me off Christianity, suffering. Fuck suffering. There's this kook I know, his wife died. He eventually died too. He said his wife earned her place in heaven because of suffering. It's like, what in the fuck are you talking about, man? You're talking like a fucking lunatic. Earned your place in heaven because of suffering. Well, you've bought this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. That is nuts. Same with the Old Testament, sacrificing these animals that did nothing for this crazy, nutty bastard. Oh, in Alaska. Okay. Fireball. You just gotta find your true meaning in life. Yeah, good luck, man. You'll have temporary reprieves where you're gonna buy into this fucking bullshit. You're going to, you know, sign up with the plan. That's how championship teams win. You get everybody buying into this fucking bullshit that no drinking makes you faster, and that being celibate prior to a championship game makes you perform better in the last seconds. All this fucking horse shit. Who knows? I watched a little mini documentary last night on Johnny Watt. He had actually a very strange childhood. Grew up near Columbus. All those porn people too. I mean, I joke about it, but you look at porn people and they live shitty lives, man. They really do. Which doesn't make any sense for all the joy they've given people. I mean, they sacrifice their life giving pleasure to perverts and oversexed people that watched porn, only to live a shitty life, drugs, suicide, dying just broke with no medical care. Nobody gave a fuck about them. I think that's, seriously, I think that's legitimately sad. I think I want to start a commune for retired porn stars. All right, GMA. Yeah. Yeah, muck your stalls. That's the kind of brainless activity I like, though. Like cleaning an aquarium. At least you can say when you muck that stall, you can look back and it looks better than it did before you started. And how many facets of life offer that? Not many. It's like cutting the grass. I do it. I cut 110 acres in the summer. I just sit there like a fucking vegetable. I just rock back and forth, look at the gas gauge. Before you know it, 22 hours have gone by of being brain numb. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, unfortunate lives for those people. I wish it was the other way around. I wish they just had great lives at the end, but they don't. It's really, if you research it, man, it's not good. And the suicide rate of porn stars is huge. Drug addiction. Fuck. Mama, you have a great day. GMA, you have a good day. Church with no panties. No, he wasn't. He was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, not Toledo. If I didn't have this mask, I think tomorrow, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? You know, another fucking thing that's impossible to get now is change. Like, I need some $10 bills. I think I'm gonna go to do some interviews tomorrow. Let's go out and do it. Fuck it. Put my sunblock on. Horses. Yeah, horses. That's all right. That's cool. That's another thing you could. That's another thing. What's your opinion on this horses? Like, I don't give a fuck either way, but I'm just curious your opinion. On one hand, you can say man exploits horses. I mean, does he really? Like, they can those rides. You used to be able to take a horse ride in Chicago. I kind of get that. You know, fucking horse right behind a Greyhound bus inhaling fumes. Taking idiots for rides all day long. Now, that's my negative way of looking at things. Well, whatever the cause or case, they ended up canceling. But you look at the Kentucky Derby, is that exploitation of an animal or not? On one hand, I think it is, because I don't think horses on their own would run around in circles as fast as they could for the pleasure of something else, i.e. human beings. On the other hand, sometimes it seems like these horses really want to be doing that shit. I don't know what the fuck to think of this. It's like dolphins and shit doing tricks. I mean, is that exploitation? And then you think of this, it's like, well, it does kind of seem like they're, making this shit do stuff it doesn't really want to do. And then I'll go into Colonel Sanders, get a bucket of fucking chicken. I mean, I'm fucking going nuts. I mean, where does this line start and where does it end? The fine line between exploitation or, like dairy cows, you're perpetually pregnant. That seems fucked up as I drink my milkshake. I hope I'm doing an adequate job of spelling out how I've gotten in this mental state. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, catfish, yeah. Is he, is that, or taking his claws out? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just, there's no, I'm not 100% comfortable. Same with vegetarian. I tried that for a while. And then I just reverted back to the old self-centered, selfish son of a bitch I am and ordered up another hamburger. I think I got a part of me that's too compassionate to be comfortable about certain shit like this. It's like recreational sex. You look at how religion has villainized sex. I was talking to a buddy of mine tonight, and he was telling me about his wife, and their sex sucks. Like, how long have you been married? 20 years? Yeah, no fucking shit, man. Unless you want to get brainwashed on Oprah or have her girlfriend and have a threesome. That's the way it is. Now, you can stick your head in the sand, and there's some fucking couple someplace that fucks like rabbits for 50 years. There are exceptions to every rule, but by and large, it just gets old. I don't know what to tell you on this. They say get creative. It's like, well, I've been talking fucking dirty to her since 1969. We tried playing porn while we did it. She gets mad at me when I want to talk about banging her girlfriend. I mean, these are just dilemmas you have in a sexual life as you age. Start sleeping on separate couches, trying to fuck your secretary and you haven't touched your wife in 20 years. And everybody's acting like this is some big surprise. So if you got a great creator and all this stuff was spelled out, why did this conflict have to come along with it? I think it'd be great in a movie, or if you created a fictional book where you met somebody you loved and things got better and you grew together and all this horse shit. Yeah, it's a fucking fiction. Fucking nuts. Yeah, Day's a good dog. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an argument for that, Mama. I don't know, but I got a problem with, letting like animals out where they can get run over by cars and shit. Human beings created this domesticated animal shit. See, that's where it gets fuzzy. Down here, trying to help these fucking dogs. And while I'm driving by pastures of dairy cows, all they do is get milked and then die. It seems fucked up. But I don't think the cow has the capacity to know they're fucked up, which would change things. But you can't use that either, because let's say you had Down syndrome babies say you had Down syndrome women, good-looking, blue-eyed blondes with great bodies, but they were retarded. When they reach sexual maturity, Should guys be able to screw 'em? I mean, this sounds fucked up, I know, but should they have a sexual relationship? Is that bad or fuck? I don't know. I mean, this is the kind of shit I think about while I'm drinking these coffees. Thinking, no wonder I'm so fucked up. Mama, what do you think on that? I say, well, she has the intellect of a fucking 14-year-old. Well, does that mean she's deprived of like what a normal adult would have? I mean, you could just, it's just endless scenarios. No, that's all right, Mommy. Everybody's crude occasionally. You don't need to apologize for anything here. We let it fucking rip. Don't try and sterilize this conversation. Crude is sometimes necessary. Rob a bank. Yeah, that's what I say. Let it rip. Thank you, Sharon. Fucking crazy, man. Now you know I'm so fucking nuts. Really, I'm in another. I shouldn't say this because I've been like this my whole life. Even in the good days, they don't seem to last long for me. I always need some like new stimulus. Go home and watch Pornhub for a couple hours. Psychiatrist says, Tom, what'd you do today? It's like, well, I watched porn for a couple hours. It's like, okay. And how was that? It's like, it was great. That's why I watched it a couple hours and not a couple minutes. Okay. Are you going to watch it tomorrow? It's like, I hope so. It's like the Rorschach ink blotch test. You know what that is, don't you? Psychiatrist shows you a stack of cards, and all it is like blotches of ink. Different shapes. They just like dripped it on a card and, just let it do its thing. Random. So a guy goes to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist brings out a stack of these cards. And he says, Paul, what is this? He said, that's a guy getting a blowjob. I said, okay. He said, what is this one? He said, that's a couple having sex missionary style. He said, okay. He said, what's this one? He said, that's somebody having a threesome. He said, you really do have an aberration with sex on your mind. He said, me, doctor, you're the one with the stack of dirty pictures. And, I mean, that's a joke. But really, it depends who's calling the shots here, right? And that's a good way of summing lots of things up in life. Amber, I'm going to be dropping off that photo probably April for sure. You be able to meet me off 75 someplace? Hey, Patty, how you doing? I'm over here drinking my coffee, just staring out into nowhere. I'm doing great. We're expressing our inner feelings today on here. We're trying to detail the difference between what it is we like and what it is we've got. Yeah, you got it. Spring is in the air down here, I'll tell you that. A bunch of new finches came in yesterday. Some other songbirds, I'm not sure what they are. I didn't recognize their singing. Oh, yeah, you've hit rock bottom, Sharon. Congratulations. I'll be your therapist. Yeah, I keep in contact, yeah. Yeah, I do. Not that much, though, to be honest with you. Be honest with you, I kind of like didn't want, to be honest with you, I just don't want to mess with him anymore. It just ran its course. It's just a never ending dead end of false promises, lies, and manipulation. I got fucking tired of it. The only time I talk to them is when I fucked up and I haven't put their name in my contact section of my phone. And I answer the fucking phone because I know it's a Michigan number, like Tassie. But if I know it's them, I don't answer it anymore. Becky, Tassie, Amber, all of them fucking had it. I'm done with that kind of relationship. The same old fucking bullshit. Yeah, and I honestly, I mean, this doesn't mean shit. Whether I hope they walk out in front of a semi and get smashed flatter than a pancake, or they win the Mega Millions, it doesn't really matter what I say. But if I had my druthers, I wish him the best. I mean, it's just words that I said I do. If I could wave a magic wand, I hope things get better for him. But I'm not interested in any kind of relationship with him anymore. It'll fucking wear you out. It's funny you should bring that up, because I was laying in bed last night thinking about that for some reason. You know, and all these girls that died that I'd interviewed. And somebody asked me that on a chat we had a week or two ago. And she asked me if it bothered me. You know, when you ask me that, I say, no, it doesn't bother me, but I don't know if I'm the one to ask. I think maybe it could bother me, because I was going back and looking at all the girls that died and like clicking on their interviews. And when I see them talking like that, I just get this sadness feeling, because I know they're dead. And I know it's all the reasons why everybody feels that way when a young person dies. And I just think my dumb, naive ass actually thought at the time that things might get better. Once again, that was a different form of innocence, only as an adult. It wasn't just like being a young, dumb, naive 20-year-old. I was just a guy that thought that maybe they just needed a little help. Really, just like a little chicken. And when I see them all dead and stuff, I just think, God, man, this is fucked up. Because it's such a high proportion of, you know, people. When you look at maybe, a couple hundred people I interviewed, it's sad. Yeah, I did want better for him. I'm not really sure. I mean, I think good heart. I mean, is that better than being a serial killer? Probably. But does it really matter in the whole scheme of things, whether I had a good heart or not? I mean, the net result was 0. You know, they got some canned oranges, $10, some clothes. What I thought would help them, even if they stayed on drugs. And I know you're going to think this is fucking crazy. And everybody knows this, and I'm reluctant to bring it up, but Maddie is an example. I really get sad when I look. I can only watch about 30 seconds of her videos. That's just another example of the many examples that I can give you of people that I met. But I see her, and I just see her condition, and I think, fuck. But even as it was back then, I always thought that, you know, I always encouraged people to start their own channel. And there was a couple reasons for that. One, I thought they lacked a social life, and that people cared for them. Maybe that would help. And two, I didn't want them going through me. You know, do your own videos, man. I mean, I could have interviewed Maddie 50 more times, and I would have got 1 million views. I didn't really care about that, because once you go back and you interview somebody, it's basically, what's the sense of it after a while? And she did get her own channel. And of course, everybody knows the situation that Maddie's in now. And I still think it's better than she was in before she started doing her own videos. Now you're going to say, well, enabling. Yeah. Aside from that, I think it's important that Maddie has a people that she can talk to, even though it hasn't worked out the way you wanted it to. I still think it slightly edges being better. You know? Yeah, I think it just slightly edges it better. I think Maddie hopes she doesn't wake up someday. It's a nice day today, though. I don't mind getting a coffee through a drive-through with this mask, but I don't think I'd go in a restaurant. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd bet on that, Mom. It's just unbelievable that a body could take that kind of abuse. No nutrition, infections, God knows what else she's got. I think their mind gets broke. Yeah. It's a terrible life. Yeah, it is amazing. It is. You know, especially when you see, I mean, you can go on YouTube, all these people that are diagnosed with a terminal disease. They give anything to live. And then you got people out there like that just could snap out of it any day they wanted to. Well, they can't really, but, you know, physically they have options. So many people that don't. You know, I'm at the age now where I look at the obituaries in the town that I'm from. Surprisingly enough, I don't think any of my classmates have died. There were 144 in my graduating class. But they'll be kicking off any day. But there are people in that area, like younger, that die that I knew of them. You know, for some reason in that town I came from, I never see funerals like processions anymore. I can't tell you the last time I saw one. And I know a lot of people have moved to cremation. But that place where I'm from, that town, they have funerals there left and right. It's like the old days, like nothing's changed. It's weird. And it's expensive too. I think he is, yeah. Yeah. Weird. I don't get it. Even the two sons are still running the funeral parlor. I'll tell you a funny thing happened one time. There was a restaurant that opened up south of town. It was called the Governor's Club. And it was like, I came from a town like this kind of, kind of iffy. It's nicer now than it was. But it was a big deal there. I mean, they probably had Salisbury steak on fucking sale. But it got a good reputation. And they actually thought they were high end. And for a while, you could go in there. And there'd be some guy walking around playing a violin. And he'd sing a song. And the one son from the funeral parlor, he was married to a girl, Janet. She was a bank teller at a local bank. Really pretty. Fucking bitch, though. And my mom was always starting shit, talking shit, troublemaker. She'd be pranking fucking people 24/7 if she could. And one night, my sister took us all out to dinner at this place. And this Jim and Janet Bobsine were sitting at a table at this Governor's Club eating. And I was young. And my mother, decides to get it in there fucking, just starting fucking trouble. She decides to give whatever it was, $5 to the violin player to go over to their table and play him a song. And it was like you could have heard a fucking pin drop as this fucker was heading on. I'll never forget, certain weird shit like this when you're young. And this guy strolls over there with his violin. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew whatever it was probably not good. My mother was involved. And this guy started playing the violin. She got up and left and went out and sat in the car. And even as a young kid, I remember thinking, how rude. But it just kind of, they eventually got divorced. And I remember thinking as a young kid, this lady, I can't believe anybody would be just this rude. It was like I felt embarrassed for the guy as a young teenager. Just rude, like, she thought it was embarrassing. Fuck, I don't know. It was just, just, I don't know. She had a meltdown. It was weird. Yeah, they ended up getting divorced about a year later. That was kind of a small town. It's kind of like down like that where I'm at now. I can't give you any specific instances, but I can tell you that you'll get these towns where, like, everybody's broke, and you got 10 people with 20 million, a bunch of people with 3 million, but mostly everybody's broke, these small towns. And these old, overweight, unattractive guys had money, and they'd always get these super cute wives that would just, marry these guys because of the lifestyle. It still goes on, only like on a smaller scale. Nah, my mom was just a troublemaker. She knew that something like that was probably going to happen, and it'd make her feel uncomfortable, which is why she did it. It wasn't there to provide a couple of nice violin player playing a nice song. She would have never done that. No, I don't think she picked the song. No, I think it was just, it must have seemed like seconds seemed like hours to her, and like this song would never end. She just like had a meltdown, got up and left. But I mean, even the person, like, you'd think with even like some semblance of decency would have just gutted it out and given a fake smile, and the guy to left, and that'd have been the end of it. Weird. Oh, really, Klaus? My dad wasn't with us. He always stayed home. He wasn't with us. Me, my sister, my mom, I think my nephew and me. I remember it being really weird. Oh, good, Mama. Good for you. Tell your therapist, just go and get like a top of a mop and make chicken noises, like coo, and like peck with your mouth on the table. And tell your therapist that today you woke up and you felt like a chicken. Nah, Tassie, she's called and I don't answer the phone, to be honest with you. Yeah, the update is she's right back to where she was before. Yeah, we try to be honest over here. I mean, we try to. I wonder what this guy in this little green car, he just drove behind that building over there. I see that car every time I'm over here. Is he getting a blowjob or what? Can you see it over there? See the front end sticking out? I've seen this guy driving all over since then, or dumping off a body. Yeah, that's a hard job, therapist. Gotta listen to all this fucking bullshit. Try not to fall asleep. I think it'd be good at the beginning. I just can't imagine 8 hours. They can't do it 8 hours. That's why it's a clinical hour. It's like 50 minutes or 40 minutes. They go fucking nuts themselves. I'd like to go to a therapist where you could plug an electrode in their brain, and what they were thinking as they were talking to me would be playing on a screen. Get my money's worth. Yeah, I think that happens, therapist. Yeah, it's not a perfect science. You know? I found that going to a Japanese massage parlor and getting jacked off had much better results than an hour talking to some social worker with a master's degree trying to solve my problems they couldn't solve their own. It's like, Mary, speaking of solving problems, I know you're on your third marriage, you're 100 fucking pounds overweight, you still smoke, and you're going to tell me how to run my life? She'd say, Tom, would you come here to argue today? It's like, yeah, let's argue for an hour. 50 minutes. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it, Amber. Yeah. You just go in there and you got some Asian. They're shutting those places down left and fucking right. There's a big movement. Everything's sex trafficking now. Whatever happened to a just good old hand job or a good old blow job at a Japanese massage parlor? They fucked that up too. They hung those Backpage guys out to dry. That was their first two examples. Those days are over now. Robert Kraft, he barely got out of his over in Jupiter, but that's because he's a billionaire. Now it's sex trafficking. Fucking sex trafficking. You just go in a massage place. Fuck, I've been to them before. Sadly, it's been a while. Just a guy going in there, it's consenting adults. You go in there, you hear these bells. It's like curtains, like strings down, only it's got bells and beads on it. And you're like you're swimming, doing the breaststroke when you go in. And the thing goes off. Ding, ding, ding. That's so they can quit eating their twice fried pork and come out and greet you. Hello, Tom. It's like, hey, Kimoto, how you doing today? You want massage? It's like, yeah, and I think, well, that's good because she knows me. If they don't know you, when you go to the shower, the owner uses a master key to go in and look through your wallet to make sure you're not an undercover cop. That's not 100%, but it's better than doing nothing. No, that's true. You can't. No, they've legislated your behavior now. Yeah, abortion. That's another fucking hot potato. Not with me, it's not. I mean, you look at all the bullshit these guys do trying to kill their wives on these crime shows. They get fucking life without parole. Fucking having a baby with some fucking dingbat you don't want. 22 fucking years of goddamn child support and who knows what else. Seeing this bitch. And they're wondering why guys want abortions. Fuck, it's a no fucking brainer. When you compare that to the guy that got caught trying to off his wife, fuck, it's the deal of a century. I don't consider that fucking murder anyway. None of this time at conception, all this fucking bullshit. Only a religious kook would believe that. You're killing a life. Fuck. It'd be a fucking no-brainer for me. I'd dig that little fucker out of there myself if I could. Save you fucking 200 grand. Yeah, $35. Yeah, you can forget that Japanese massage parlor now. Those fucking days are over. Yeah, tragic, I agree. Consenting adults going in there. And they're nailing them on this sex trafficking shit. When whatever happened to just giving an escort a ride? Sex trafficking? What the fuck are you talking about? Hey, Little Lou. We're talking about how they've ruined prostitution, making everything sex trafficking. Are they fucking things up over there in Europe too? Oh, fuck no. No, those days are over. We have totally went backwards. Yeah, happy ending now. You're fucking screwed now. Your happy ending is going to be about a year of unsupervised belief, unsupervised incarceration, just checking in on a Zoom. You're going to have a fucking criminal record that's going to be... That's not a happy ending. I mean, it's unfucking believable you can get in this kind of trouble for having sex. It's fucking nuts. You can go out and give it away. That's why I get on these women that criticize these prostitutes I've interviewed. Oh yeah, they're charging, you know, pigs comes the earth, you know. That's like, look, lady, knock it the fuck off. You've been giving it away your whole fucking life. For free. Don't knock these prostitutes. Yours is free. Has been, always will be. Oh, very soon, Klaus. You know one weird thing though? I don't like it when it's that commercialized. Like when you go and these women are in like this human-sized fish tank and they got like bathing suits on. I don't like that. I'd much rather have a girl working at this fucking wings and seafood restaurant that needed a pair of tires. Or a month's rent paid, some shit like that. I just don't like it when it's that. Oh, I think they're working on that house. There's a truck going back there now. No, maybe not. He's leaving. Hey, Debbie and Dave. Oh, really, Amber? No kidding. Yeah, that Nissan. No, he's still parked in the back. Oh, it doesn't look right. Not bad right here. There he is coming out right now. I see this fucker all over all the time. What the fuck he's doing? Yeah, bright green. Yeah, he probably does. Chinese spy, yeah, he's looking for parts, looking for the balloon that nobody knows about yet. Yeah, ghetto, isn't that something? I see that car all the time, too. There's another one just like that. It's gray. They work at Walmart. They always park where I park over here at this Walmart. I think I'm going to drive down here and see if this fucking... There's two old ladies that run this place that sells seafood and fruit, but the one's husband was on a banana peel. I think he must have died because they haven't been open in a while. Here
comes that rainy day feeling again. No, I don't. That's all fucking... Baldwin's a fucking dick, though. I mean, he ought to go to jail just for being a big fucking asshole. What an insensitive dickhead. He's an easy guy. He's not going to spend a day. That's a bullshit charge anyway. Fucking involuntary manslaughter. Doesn't mean shit. What surprises me is that they settled civilly. They must have needed the money. Nah, he'll get charged. He'll have a felony. He'll get it expunged a few years after it got put on there. It ain't gonna do shit. But it's made him, I think people won't touch him with a 10-foot pole. He wasn't worth a fuck anyway. Old has-been, drunk. Fucking jerk-off. And honestly, there's some weirdness there, because if you look at involuntary manslaughter, I would have thought that once you had one of those experts that are on there that are supposed to check the gun and the ammo and all that shit, that you're covered. And I would have expected that person to get the serious charge and not even fucked with Baldwin. So I don't know the law there. I'd like to read it, because obviously the prosecutor read it and decided they had enough evidence to charge him. I don't know if they're elected or appointed out there. Probably elected, which is probably why he got charged. There's something not quite adding up with that whole thing. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's certainly unfortunate. Nobody will watch that stupid ass movie anyway. And he lied about pulling the trigger, but that doesn't... there's something that... There's a lot of states they would have never charged him. But he's such a fucking obnoxious asshole. I'm glad they did. Well, somebody hit that damn Powerball, so I'll be buying those for a while. That's because Daisy's on the seat and the seatbelt isn't being used. I'll be glad when I don't need to wear this thing tomorrow. CBD. I don't think that place is ever open. That CBD doesn't do shit without THC in it. Read the studies, which are very few. This marijuana thing's been interesting to me from a legal perspective. You know, you got some doctors saying it's great, other doctors saying it's a bunch of bullshit, it's not good for you. And then you got the states legalizing it, but they prosecuted it for years. I'll tell you, chronic use of THC, that information to me is inconclusive. I mean, I guess it helps with pain and stuff like that, but as far as I can tell, there does seem to be an effect with memory. Hey, look, a Chinese balloon hanging off the fence. Another one. Streaming in the wind. Tractor Supply. These mowers are fucking junk. Nope, these old gals still aren't open. Bet that guy died. They haven't been open in a long time either. They're opening a Harbor Freight up where the dogs were. I think I'll just check, make sure there are no dogs. My Daisy's sleeping. Daisy slept good last night. Finally getting over this illness, whatever I had. I can't see the screen that great when I got this. I'm driving, you guys, so when I get on the expressway, I will be able to. So I'll take it off the thing. I just want to make a loop by here. Da Vinci Foot and Ankle. That looks like that place is over the business too. Yeah, it is. This is not the place to open a business, I can tell you that. See, they got a lot of trucks out here now. Those dogs got out of here right in the nick of time. You know, they're opening this new Harbor Freight. There's just a lot of activity. Like this big-ass truck parked over here. I'm going to buy that lady from that wig shop a gift certificate. She fed these dogs when nobody else was doing it. I got to get that this week. I'll get it tomorrow. Remind me of that, you guys, will you? Get her a nice gift certificate. She actually gave a fuck. Yep, no dogs. No dogs is good news. I wanted to go down to Florida for a day or two, but it just hasn't worked out on my schedule. See, no dogs. Harbor Freight. That's what you need to be paying attention to, not these balloons. I bet those. Look at this guy. Reminds me of Florida down through here. It's kind of seedy and needs repair. All these nice commercial buildings down here. Empty. Yeah, the helicopter thing looks like a bust. The Staying at the Westin downtown doesn't look worth it. You know, I was looking at those nice hotels down there around Melbourne. I'm surprised they survived COVID. Come on, man, turn. He just tore down this huge hotel here. White Columns Inn. Gas is $3.29 a gallon.
Mama taking off? Yeah, good seeing you, Mama. You have a good day today. Good luck with your therapy. Remember, you're only cheating yourself if you're not truthful. $4, no kidding. Wow. Oh, that's not bad. $2.89. Yeah, you definitely are getting an advantage of all those oil wells out there. Good for you. Hey, Penny, did you ever go to Houston much? Now, how far is that from the water down there? Yeah, we'll party tonight. Yeah. I didn't scroll in, but I just caught it on a map last night, and I couldn't tell if it was right up against the water or not. Oh, okay. Yeah, you might be right on that. A lot of drugs down here, that's for sure. Not where I live too much, but I'm sure over there is. Yeah. $3.49. Hank, is it busy down there? Getting busy now? I still got a couple things in the freezer. Birds are really coming in, which is nice. Yeah, here too. Yep, spring's coming in. Sure is. You know, one weird thing down here, I don't know if it's weird, but it's happening, and that is that a lot of these restaurants down here, they're only open on Friday and Saturday. 2 days. Sharon, how did you get so much damage to your place out there? Did you get my name on that deed yet? Texas brisket. Texas brisket, Penny. Yeah, that's how it is in Michigan, Klaus. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you could get lucky, Debbie and Dave. Don't count it out yet. You could get lucky. What you need is some freak cold weather for about 10 days in February or the beginning of March, which could happen. You need 2 weeks of that, no heavy winds, and then you need the spring thaw. That ice doesn't look that great when it's all sand stained. It's massagey here. Massagey here. You want massagey here? Fuck yeah, I want massagey here. Yeah, that's what you can do, hope. Go over to one of those big Catholic churches near where you live. See if that does any good. Yeah, what a crap winter for ice and stuff. We caught the tail end of that good one last year. Even last year was shaky. Massagey, Klaus. Klaus is very instrumental to the chat. He can negotiate sex in 2 different languages. Yeah, no winter. Europe either. Look what Klaus said. 10 years, no winter. Michigan didn't have a winter. Texas brisket. You know, I might come by out there. I think I'm gonna go out to New Mexico, do some interview some Native Americans. Now, remember I told you this. I know this already, though. Nobody cares about the Native American interviews, which I just don't get. To me, it's interesting. I want to go out there and find out what's going on. Vitamin D. Yeah, that vitamin D, there's a lot of bullshit to that, little Lou. There's people in Florida that are out in the sun all the time that have low vitamin D. Low vitamin D happens to run hand in hand with a lot of cardiac issues. I don't know why. But it's not, this sun thing you hear about is a bunch of shit. You need to get over here to Crawfordville, Georgia. I'm going to hide the tea and crumpets. We're going to party American style. Yeah, but what I'm saying is there are people that have plenty of sunlight that have low vitamin D. They do the same bullshit with depression and serotonin, and migraine headaches and serotonin. There's people with normal levels that have the same problem, but yet you'll see serotonin listed as causes of depression and migraine headaches all the time. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting some rain down here again. That's one thing I'll give it down here like the old days. It rains like a motherfucker. I mean, it comes down cats and dogs. Cats and dogs. I want to come out there and get some Texas brisket. I want to just sit around, sip some Ardbeg 10, not do shit. I would have went to Indy Atlantic if I didn't have these doctor's appointment. Yeah, it sucks, Klaus. Can't even count on the weather anymore. Another nice thing I like down here is it's foggy a lot. London fog. Yeah, drought, dryness. Blame it on the rain, Milli Vanilli. My right side of my throat's sore today. What is that, Roizen? I don't know what that is. Rosen. What is that? You having a good time? Drought. Blame it on the rain, Milli Vanilli. Oh, okay. Well, good for you. That gives you pleasurable feelings? Allow you to release yourself? Hey, I'll tell you another thing. I want them to get rid of roadside memorials. They're up and down this road. I don't want to see these crosses stuck in the side of the road. That's what cemeteries are for. Southwest Michigan Avenue stroll. You been down there, T-Stealth? Michigan Avenue stroll? Yeah, I don't even like the gummies. I was hoping I'd like that stuff, but I really didn't. Blame it on the rain, Milli Vanilli. I had a chicken pot pie last night. It was good. Really hit the spot. Oh. Blame it on the rain. Once I get this place finished, I'll be able to have some visitors. Klaus, you want to come over and visit? Sharon, think you could do it? T-Stealth, think you can come down here? Hotwire a car down there and drive it all the way down? Hey, Screech. You know, nobody knows what happened to Marguerite. I mean, I even talked to her daughter and people that were down there. Supposedly now, and this could be pure bullshit, she and a guy she knew down there moved closer to downtown Detroit, which, you know, doesn't make a lot of sense because there really wasn't too much housing closer to Detroit from where she was. I don't know is the answer. Good to see you. You think you can handle it, Sharon? Oh, it's going to be fun, I promise you that. You're going to be able to let loose. Yeah, well, there's only 2 vultures. I'm getting closer and closer there from last year. 3 really, but only 2 let me get close. Yeah, you could try it, girl. We'll bring back your youthful innocence. I think I'm going to do a live tonight, StreamYard. You ready to get on that StreamYard yet, Sharon? Yeah. Yeah, little Lou. You'll like it. I bet you won't want to go back, little Lou. I'll get you some Irish breakfast tea. English breakfast tea. Oh, atta girl. That's it. You don't have any reason to go back anyway, do you? Just to be bored out of your mind every day? I'm a little bored today. I'm starting to get a complex. I've got this mask on. Oh, I don't think positive. I never thought that thinking positive did anything either. I think it's a crock of shit. Yeah, that's a good question, when it's going to be finished. I wish I could answer that. You're going to go back with an impression in your mind that's never going to go away. You're going to be able to fish if you like to fish. There's a lady got a hold of me from a video she saw. She lives where I go to that liquor store. Said she wants to go fishing in the pond. I'll let her go fishing. You know, I never knew about it, but these fuckers that stock ponds and stuff, they're all very worried that the people are going to catch too much fish. Too many fish. Like they only want them catching a couple or something. I mean, to me, I think fishing is so fucking ridiculously boring. I think I'd rather burn stencils on my forehead with a heated charcoal. It'd be more exciting. Just sit there, you go down there, you throw this line in the water. Just sit there doing nothing. You might as well go in a closet and turn the light off. So boring. You have a good day, Amber. I'll let you know when I come through there. Just drive down the expressway, take the damn photo. Don't need to make big plans. This is a no-brainer. Wonder why these chats are so far behind for some people. You know, you ask them something and they don't answer it, and then 5 minutes later, I mean, I know there's a delay so you can catch weird shit, but it shouldn't be that much of a delay. Yeah, sorry about that, Taoist, Debbie and Dave. You know what I think you guys might want to do? Just do it once. Just go up to McGulpin Point in Mackinac. McGulpin Point is just west of the bridge. Great photo, and I think you could get some good ice there. And by looking on the Mackinac cam, you know, you're only 140 miles more. Actually, you'd be closer than that because you'd be able to just stay on 75. McGulpin Point, you can go over across the bridge, get some video there, get some good video on the north side, and you know, you'll get cleaner, better looking ice up there. I saw a big huge truck bury itself to the frame there last week. Oh, you like fishing? Oh, that's what happens. All right. Rachel, how far is it from where you live to where I live? Oh, excuse me. These glasses steam up this mask on. Can't see shit. Yeah, I had a second appointment, yep. I'm wearing a mask so I don't get sunburned. Yeah, I had that. Work went well. Oh, under 2 hours? Oh, okay. You know, I was going to go get a room. First, I was going to stay at the Renaissance, the airport. They claim that's a plane spotter's paradise. I looked, it's not. Then I wanted to go to the helicopter convention. It's going to be at the Georgia Center, or whatever it is, down near the aquarium. It looks, even if I got an expensive room, I don't think I could see the helicopters landing. That's bullshit. Then I was going to stay at the Westin. I looked at the reviews. They say that's dirty dump inside. I mean, I can't even find anything good to do, even though I'm willing to pay for it. Fucking bullshit, man. Hey, Mary. It's some real bullshit. Can't even do fun things. We may never pass this way again. That was my senior graduating song. I thought, God, do I hope this is true? I don't ever want to pass this way again. And I didn't. I'm just as glad today as I was the day I walked out of that place for good. Never went back, never went to a class reunion. Never kept in touch with any of those people. I did it my way, Frank Sinatra. It's fucking bullshit, man. The world is so fucked up now. You can't even, like, pay your way into fun anymore. Even that's got an asterisk next to it. We may never pass this way again. Hopefully. That's what they said my marriage vows. Death do us part. It's like, fuck that. That's too long. I can't live up to this. Till death do us part. I did really well right up until I got bored. Relationship goes full circle. Yeah, nah, it sucks. I think I'm gonna skip it. It's expensive and I may not even see a helicopter. Fuck that. I'll tell you, I mean, that's cool that Atlanta got the helicopter convention, but the more I look at it, the more it seems like a terrible place. It's got to be a nightmare to get set up there. Even the closest hotel's like a third of a mile. And it's super expensive. We may never pass this way again. Yeah, that's all right. I'm really getting desperate for something fun. No, it's right there at that GWCC, Georgia fucking World Conference Center, whatever they call it. When you go and look at a Google, I can't tell if it's one building or like 5 buildings. Right down there, the Aquarium Center and the Home Depot Arena or the Mercedes-Benz Arena. It just looks like a total pain in the ass to go down there. And even if I had to park, I don't even think I could walk like over to where the helicopters landed. It just seems like the most fucked up place in the world to have a convention for helicopters. I could join the thing, and I don't know, it's just too much bullshit. I mean, I could drop $1,000 in 2 days easy, which I'd do if it was good, and I could see the helicopters. But all I can imagine is getting chased out by the cops, staying in some super fucking expensive hotel where I can't see shit, getting crappy food, you know, in a unique place, and I wanted to just sit on a lawn chair and film these helicopters. I'm about ready to get $1,000 in cash and just go to Cheetahs. Fuck it. I want to have some fun. Not some boring bullshit. Go up to Michigan. Hey, everybody. I'm up in the UP. Let me show you my ruler. There's 1 inch of snow. Yeah, big fucking deal. Hey, I'm in the Westin, downtown Atlanta. This was 4:50. I can't see any traffic. I just killed 2 cockroaches. And my pillow's got dirt on it. Oh, I'm down here at the helicopter convention. I just got a $220 ticket. I didn't wonder if I was ever going to get out of that. Way again, shot. Did you see that Chinese balloon cutting across there? No amateur mode. I just set up a fucking weather balloon now on the internet and find out what the weather is anywhere. I mean, what in the hell do you not know about crap off Google Play Store? I think they need to find it in the ocean.